course, today, voters in Oakland and San Francisco will decide whether to raise the minimum wage for people who work in those two cities.
San Jose voters decided to do it a couple of years ago. KPIX5's Kiet Do takes a look at how it has affected workers and businesses.
It's been 2 years since San Jose voted to increase its minimum wage to $10 an hour. And San Jose State professor Scott Myers-Lipton, whose students came up with the idea, is not one to rub it in.
Minimum wage did not hurt the economy. In fact, it pumped, we estimate, over $100 million into the economy.
2 years ago, the Silicon Valley Chamber of Commerce held a press conference claiming if the minimum wage went up, San Jose would lose 2,800 jobs. But the numbers are in, and they tell a much different story. Unemployment dropped from 7.6% to 5.2%. The number of businesses grew from 75,000 to 84,000. And average employee hours remained constant, hovering at just under 37 hours. Ken Jacobs is the chair of UC Berkeley's Center for Labor Research and Education.
Things in San Jose have gone pretty much as you'd expect. Business growth has still been robust, restaurant growth has been robust, and we've seen a small increase in restaurant prices, a little less than 2%.
Scott Neese with the San Jose Downtown Association says the improving economy nullified those doomsday predictions.
The Great Recession ending and the comeback of the economy really made it much ado about nothing.
Speaking of doomsday scenarios, Mayor Chuck Reed said back then enforcing the new minimum wage would cost $600,000.
So I'll have to decide, shall I take it from the police department? Shall I take it from the library? Shall I take it from the community centers?
In fact, education and enforcement of the new minimum wage has cost the city about $57,000.
Well, our opponents said the sky was going to fall.
Myers-Lipton says it's easy to see why the minimum wage movement is catching on.
It's regular folks, just people not without a lot of political power, the chance to actually be involved in the political, in the economic decisions of our society.
With San Francisco considering $15 an hour, can San Jose be far behind? Natasha Sterling makes $10.15 an hour as a server and says a raise like that means she could afford to go back to college.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I get to save a lot more money or spend some money on myself every once in a while.
And Mayor Chuck Reed was unavailable for an interview, but issued a written statement saying the voters of San Jose spoke on the measure and the role of the city now is to implement the initiative. We are doing just that. The Silicon Valley Chamber of Commerce, they also declined an interview as well. Back to you.
It sounds like it's having a good impact. What about neighboring cities down around San Jose? Has it pressured them to do something about their minimum wages?
Oh, yes. Sunnyvale and Mountain View both recently just pushed their minimum wage to $10 an hour. And what's more, they're making it $15 an hour by 2018. That is putting the pressure back on San Jose to do something about that. We're live in San Jose. Kiet Do, KPIX 5.